Hey there, RZF Faction.
What? That is crazy.
Watch the podcast.
I'm just not sure about that right now.
We're going to talk a little football.
Let's get it, baby.
I want to welcome everybody back to the Red Zone Faction podcast. I'm your host, Scott Wilson. Today, a couple of things we're going to talk about. Star Wars Rouge One. I watched this past week. Go over the A-Day game. Some NFL free agent moves that were official this morning. Of course, we'll finish up with the NFL draft. First, we'll talk about Star Wars. Star Wars Rouge One. Really disappointed. It's not Star Wars. You had to know that going in. It wasn't going to be your typical Star Wars. It was going to be a side movie, and I had that in perspective when I watched the film. I thought going in, I had to be prepared for that, and I was. But overall, they've gone to Hollywood on it. I mean, I know it's Star Wars. I got it, but they're taking a completely different approach on things. The acting is terrible, not just in Rogue One, but even in Episode 7. And my number one thing about these new Star Wars in both Episode 7 and Rogue One is they are bound and determined to make the bad guys good guys. You saw it in Episode 7 when Finn turns from a stormtrooper into a good guy. Okay, this never happened in any of the old series. I don't understand that. And then in the Rogue One, not only did you have one, you had two. An Imperial fighter pilot, and you had, that was also an Imperial droid, both helping in the Alliance. And I think that's the world we live in today. Everybody wants the bad guy to be the good guy, because I guess it's a bad boy effect. I have no idea. Either way, it's stupid, and you never saw this in the old ones. The only time you ever saw a bad guy become good was Vader at the very end, you know, which made sense because he was initially a good guy. So it made sense for him to go back. This did not make any sense for all these bad guys to join the Alliance and become good guys. I don't like it, completely against it, disappointing me. It's Star Wars and they're destroying it as I knew it. I'm excited about December. I'm excited about Episode 8. I really can't wait to see what they do with this. If they do it right, they could turn this around. They could make me happy, but Disney's just not done that so far. Alabama had their A-Day game this past Saturday. Really impressed. Some of these freshmen that are coming in. Super excited about Tua. Tua looked really good, quarterback. He looked really well, but the one I'm most excited about is Jerry Jeudy. This wide receiver, number 4. Something about that number 4, man. We got another one coming in. I'll tell you right now, he is impressive. I know it's the A-Day game. You take it with a grain of salt. I got it. But this guy looked legit. He looks like he can catch anything. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he'll do come time for kickoff against Florida State. What a great way to start off the season. Our defense, I'm a little concerned about. Like I said, it's A-Day, so I take it with a grain of salt. But looks like we need some work on defense. Our quarterbacks were tearing our secondary apart. We'll be ready for Florida State when we get there. Our linebackers look impressive. Our D-line looks pretty good. Really a testament to our quarterbacks and where they are. I think we're in a really good position with quarterbacks. Who thought I would ever say that as a Bama fan? I think our quarterbacks are our strong suit, which is insane. That's really never been the case in Bama since I've been a fan. Super excited about where our quarterbacks are. And that's really all my thoughts on the A-Day game. Like I said, Jerry Jeudy, Tua were the two standout. It was a good game. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I watched it twice. I'll probably watch it again for the week's over. Super excited about where we're headed. Can't wait for Florida State. It is official. It looks like Adrian Peterson is going to go to New Orleans on a 2-year deal for $7 million. Makes all the sense in the world for New Orleans. I was not at all shocked by this move as far as they go. I was a little surprised that AP would kneel to this deal. First off, going to New Orleans, bad idea. Sean Payton doesn't know how to run the ball. Sean Payton doesn't run the ball as much as he should, if at all. Drew Brees throws it, which is fine. Drew Brees is your quarterback. You throw the ball, but you need to run the ball, and with AP, you're really going to need to run the ball. I don't know what they're going to do with Ingram. I told somebody yesterday on Facebook I would like to see Ingram dealt to a team that will use him. Why not Philadelphia? I'd be okay with that. You put Ingram and Sproles in the backfield in Philadelphia. I'm okay with that. Well, Garrett Blunt is going to end up New York Giant, which I'm really not happy about. I hate the Giants. It looks like they're going to get themselves a winner there. Something else. The Bengals have come out and said that they're taking nothing less than a first-round pick for AJ McCarron. I just think that's laughable. I love AJ, he's my boy, roll tide, but first round pick for McCarron, you're not going to get that. You didn't take him in the first round. Why do you think you're going to get a first round pick for your backup quarterback? Not that he's not worth it, because I think he could be a legitimate starting quarterback in the NFL. I know I'm biased, I'm a Bama fan, but AJ's got the tools. When he had to come in and take over for Andy Dalton, he had them with an opportunity to win in the playoffs, and the defense is the one that let him down. In our last segment today, we're going to talk about the NFL draft coming up. I got a lot to talk about here. A lot of people were asking me about the Mahomes guy from Texas Tech, the quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I like the guy, and I'm kind of hoping he gets picked up by Texans because I think that's his only legitimate shot at being anything. But then again, that kind of goes back to what I said about Deshaun Watson. I think Deshaun Watson is the only franchise quarterback in this draft, and with him, he's going to need work. Don't think that there are any franchise quarterbacks in this draft. If there is, it's Watson. Mahomes could happen, but like I said, it's got to be with the right team. And him being a Texas boy, I kind of see O'Brien taking him. That's the only team he could go to and be successful with, but I'll say the same thing about Watson. I think if the Texans were to take either one of those two, whichever one they get, they're the only ones that really have the opportunity of quarterback in this draft to be successful and be a franchise quarterback. That's it. And that's a long shot for either one of those. I want to make that very clear. I just don't see it. And this quarterback draft, this quarterback class sucks. So one of those two have the opportunity. Whoever the Texans take, if they take a quarterback, they're kind of acting like they're not going to take one, but you know they're not going to show your cards before the draft. This is a defensive draft overall. This is the draft where you solidify your defense. You pick up defensive players in this draft. There are a couple offensive weapons in this draft that are good, but overall, this draft is built for defense. This class is going to be known at the end of the day. 3 years from now, we're going to look back at this and go, wow, all these defensive players came out of this draft. It's just a really good defensive draft. Here's where I'm going to name about 10 players that I think the Eagles should look at in the first round. Myles Garrett, Leonard Fournette, which is a possibility he may slide because I see him going down draft boards every time I look at a mock. OJ Howard. Dalvin Cook is the one I want. Christian McCaffrey. Jonathan Allen. Corey Davis, the top number wide receiver that I want. I think John Ross would be. John Ross is electric. He's fast. He's good. He's got good hands. Reuben Foster, linebacker from Alabama. I've seen a couple of mocks where he falls to us. We don't necessarily need a linebacker in the first round, nor have I ever seen Philadelphia take a linebacker in the first round ever in my existence. I'd have to go back and look at drafts when I was younger, but I don't ever recall the Eagles taking a linebacker in the first round. If we move back in the first, because I think 14 is a little early, but I would love to get Tre'Davious White, cornerback from LSU. But only if we move back. I don't really want White at 14. I would be okay with moving back, getting an extra draft pick somewhere, and taking White with the 14th overall pick. I will have my camera on draft night Thursday, so everybody gets my initial reaction, whoever we take and what we do at 14. If you have any comments about anything I talked about today, leave them down below. As always, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on Thursday.